Here we are, guys, back at it. Car payments on TikTok. Let's get into it.
And at the end of the day, when the day ends, I'm not spending $1,000 a month on a car payment. Me and my 2012 Honda Pilot G-Wagon are riding out until the wheels fall off. $1,000 a month? Absolutely not. And if you do that, that's none of my business. What you do with your money is none of my business. A few years ago, I leased a brand new Jeep Wrangler. Loved that thing. And when it was all said and done and I looked at pricing to buy a new car when my lease was over, it was me or the car. I'm not spending $1,000 a month on a car payment. No, thank you. Me, my paid off 2012 Honda Pilot. And at the end of the day, when the
I
day
agree.
ends,
No
I'm
one's
not
gonna
spending
spend. Well, some people spend $1,000 a month on a car payment, but hopefully that's with insurance. I'd imagine it would be. If that's without insurance, that's insane to me. I currently pay $236 a month. Um, for a 2013 Chevy Malibu, and insurance is like $200, which sucks. So I pay about 400 and let's just say $50 a month on a car payment of some sort, you know. But yeah, that kind of sucks saying it out loud. That's why I'm trying to pay it off, but I don't have too much. I think I owe 8,000, so I still do have quite a ways, but I'm gonna try to get that paid off as soon as possible, and then I'm just done with car payments. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's just ridiculous.
What's a normal car payment in 2026?
Oh gosh, I don't know. 600?
What's an average car payment in 2026?
I would say anywhere between 5 to 6. If you want a big SUV, you're in the 7s to 9.
What's a normal car payment in 2026?
$700?
What's a normal car payment in 2026?
650.
What's a normal car payment in 2026?
So I've seen already like almost 300, and then I've seen somebody the other day where they had like $1,500. Outrageous. Do better.
What's a normal car payment in 2026?
About $600 to $700.
$600 to $700 a month. I really hope they're talking about insurance, but I don't think they are. They're talking about before insurance because that's, I guess, exactly what we're asking for, the car payment. Didn't say anything about insurance, but that just seems like ridiculous to me. You know, I mean, I know people want to enjoy themselves, and you know, I'll be the first to say I've made some bad mistakes on cars, but that's absurd, man. That is absurd. I can never do it again. I don't want any fancy car. I don't want none of that, man.
The average new car payment in America just hit another record. How much is your monthly car payment? And be honest, let me know in the comments. According to Edmunds, the average financed new car payment is now $773 per month. In states like Texas, it's even higher. The bigger issue isn't just the payment, it's how people are getting there. The average amount financed is now almost $44,000. One out of every 5 financed new car buyers is paying $1,000 or more every month. To make those payments work, many buyers are stretching loans to 7 years or longer, putting less money down or rolling debt from their previous vehicle into the next one. A lower monthly payment doesn't always mean you're getting a better deal. Sometimes it just means you're paying for the same car much longer and paying thousands more.
It makes no
in
sense how they're able to do all this, and this is legal and all this stuff, man. It's like, at what point do we just admit this place is a scam? Now, like I said, once I get this paid off, I am not doing this again. It won't happen. So, I guess they made their money off me, but I'm done, bro. This stuff is just ridiculous. And then it's a whole bunch of people making you feel bad about something that's not even a big deal. You know, like, you don't need a really nice car. but they make you feel like, oh, you quote unquote deserve it, and you know, you don't want to look poor to the other guy. It's strange. I don't know, man. It's all rigged.
So you think that this is the best way to pay off a car loan?
The best way? I'm not saying it's the best way. Okay? I don't want to tell anybody this is the way. I'm going to tell you why this makes sense to me.
Okay.
Okay? So, I had a 72-month loan with $1,000 a month payment. I chose to spend $1,000 a week. It took me 65 weeks to pay off that loan. Okay? So 65 weeks is 15 months.
Okay.
Okay? Instead of 6 years, I did it in just over a year. Because I paid it, I accelerated the payment. So now I don't have the weight of this on my shoulders for 6 years. I have it the weight of this on my shoulders for 1 year. Just over 1 year, right? Let's call it a year for easy talking.
Yeah. That's a good point. You know, you want to you kind of put it down just to get the interest getting, you know, less and less and less. But if they have you in a pinch, it's really hard to add extra money to something like that. But I would have, if I'm trying to pay off I am paying off my car loan. Maybe I'll add more, but I've already kind of added more, you know, a little bit extra, but maybe I should push harder, you know. But I just don't get, a lot of the stuff we do, we can't just get it back. Car alarm, sorry about that. But yeah, people, it would be nice to pay back our car loans quicker, but that's not always as easy as it sounds, you know?
Here's a quick little rule of thumb. So, for example, if you're looking to have a $200 to $300 car payment, the rule is every $10,000 is about $200 a month. That's without interest. You have to pay interest most of the time. Definitely, even if you're buying a used car, you're probably on a used car looking at about 4 to 5% in interest. So, realistically, to have a $250 to $300 car payment, you have to be in that $10,000 to $15,000 range for a car. Now, you also ought to understand that car is probably going to have about a lot of miles, 80 to 100,000 miles. So the market currently is for a decent car, at least it's at least going to be about $16,000 to $20,000, and that's still going to have about 40 to 50,000 miles on it. So just kind of got to be a little bit more realistic when it comes to coming into a dealership. Unless you have money down. Now, if you got money down, it's a different story. But with no money down, you have no leverage.
I feel like we have this obsession with mileage, you know? Mileage is just mileage, you know? Like, it could be a lot going on with the car and it's only 30,000 miles. It really just depends, you know? So I care less about the mileage and how a person maintained the car and its reliability and history, you know? I just feel like mileage doesn't really matter. I mean, it's kind of an indicator of how used the car is, but it doesn't, there's a lot of leeway in there. But I think they say mileage because it's easy to kind of make it, you know, oh, 200,000 miles. Oh, it's a bad car now. You need a new one, you know? It's just stuff they tell us, but he was right about the $10,000 to $15,000 range because my car was, I believe, 10,000, maybe 900 or something, but then there's extra fees on there, you know, taxes and all that, so, but why would you need a car, you know, that's $40,000, you know? It's not really necessary, and you can get something even possibly better just because it has low mileage, you know, and they're building cars that don't even work good anyways.
How much car can you realistically afford? This table provides a conservative guideline. So if you make $100,000 per year, your monthly payments for transportation can be $833 per month every month. There are a couple of things going on here. The 10% number here that you see stems from the overall car buying rule of 2410, which states that you should put at least 20% down on a car, finance a vehicle for no more than 4 years, and keep your transportation costs under 10% of your monthly income. This may seem a touch over aggressive, but the point of the rule is to keep your payments manageable and to avoid being underwater on your car loan. Now, if that rule wasn't enough, there's another one based on the full purchase price of the car, and that's called the 35% rule, which states that the most you spend on the price of a car is not to exceed 35% of your gross income. That means if you make $100,000 per year, the car's price should not be higher than 35% of that, or $35,000. The average new car payment is now $750 a month, with the average loan term being 69 months long, and so many dealerships try to take advantage of this fact, and so they make the monthly payment more affordable by stretching out your loan terms, but I think
that
you
is
should stay away from
ridiculous.
that.
I guess, well, okay, because they're saying, not even saying insurance. I don't think so. So, I guess I would be fine, but dude, with insurance, I feel like, I think I'm still under the mark, but it honestly makes me nervous. I don't even want to buy a car anymore. Like, I don't care how cool it looks or whatever. That's just not important to me.
Car leasing is now 78% of the new cars that leave the lot. And a car lease, when you back out the numbers on it, you have a series of payments. At the end of the payments, you then pay a lump sum to own the car, or you turn the car in. Put those numbers, that stream of payments and a lump sum, into a financial calculator, as opposed to the actual MSRP, the sticker price, and back out what the cost is of what's called cost of capital in a lease, and that is your interest rate. On average, it's 14.2% right now. So you borrowed money at 14% to buy your car on payments. And guess what? They don't disclose the interest rate. You know why? Federal Trade Commission disclosure regulations do not apply because it's not considered borrowed money. So they're sidestepping everything and screwing you people. Car leasing.
I don't ever plan to lease, so that's not my problem, but I kind of do see our argument for leasing, because yes, you're paying more, but you don't have to buy the car and you're not dealing with a lot of the issues that come with it. But I'm not really too familiar with all that stuff, but I don't know how much your guys' car payments are. Mine is $236 without insurance. $200 for insurance, because I need full coverage. So it's $400 and let's say $50, which I feel like sounds reasonable, but even that I don't like the sound of. But I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Peace.